Hi, David McGlennon here, and I've been talking about the 8-step framework that we use to help our clients create a high-performing culture intentionally. In the last video, I talked about defining your culture in terms of behaviors, and I made a big distinction between behaviors and values. Not that values are unimportant, but that behaviors are easier to teach, to coach, and to hire. Now, after we've defined with great clarity our culture in terms of behavior, how do we make it stick? I mean, the last thing we need is a huge company rollout with lots of fanfare, only to see that initiative fall by the wayside in 6, maybe 9 months down the road. So how do we make that stick? How do we make it stick? We do that by using the second step in this 8-step framework, and that's creating rituals. You know, if you think about it, what does it take to get good at anything? It takes practice. If you've ever tried to learn an instrument, learn a language, learn a sport, it takes practice over and over and over again. And let's face it, most of us hate practice, don't we? I mean, we get tired, we get bored, we give up. Think about your gym on January 1st. Everybody's gung-ho and ready to go. But if you wait just a little bit later, about 6 to 7 weeks down the road, you can jump in the gym, no weights on any machines, right? Well, that's what we want to avoid in our companies. And so what we do is we create rituals so that we can create habits. And those habits then just happen within the organization. It becomes part of the DNA of the organization. Now, one of the examples that we use is to take a fundamental or a behavior each week, and in every organizational meeting that's formal, create a brief discussion about that fundamental. So whether you're with your own employees, whether you're with a vendor, whether you're with a client, create an opportunity to briefly discuss that fundamental of the week. And that becomes one way in which you're practicing that behavior and talking about that behavior that you've defined in step 1 every week, week in and week out. Another example is to create a weekly email discussing the value or the importance of that behavior that's been defined for that particular week. And it happens each and every week. And that's what makes the fundamental sticks. That's what make these behaviors become ingrained in the organization. What do you think? Do you have habits and rituals that take place in your organization? Do you have a defined culture in terms of behaviors? I'd love to hear your comments below. Leave me your comments below. And until next time, be intentional and be well.